It's time for World of the Night. With Zapagalis. Hello again, kings, queens, knights, and peasants. Welcome to another episode of World of the Night. Alright, so today we are going to finish up a couple of the auto farms I intended to do last episode before the chicken cooker decided to make me look like a fool. However, the chicken cooker is ready and I am getting unlimited cooked chicken now, as well as feathers, so it's actually good. So let's get started. Alright, so first pick an area to build your sugarcane farm. In my case, I am going to build it up here. What you will need for this farm is going to be 16 pistons. Now, you can build a half a farm with only 8 if you wanted to. 1 hopper. A minecart with hopper, redstone torches, power rails, regular rails, a bucket, one to 4 observers depending on how efficient you want it to be, a barrel, and maybe some repeaters depending on how you want to build it. Okay, so to start with, we will place down our barrel. Going into that barrel will be a hopper. Across the hopper, put some regular rails down. Now, if you wanted to, you could make the entire... track out of power rails, but that gets expensive. So the best thing to do, make sure you don't put them right next to your hopper, because if you do, that will actually deactivate the hopper and you will not be able to use it. So place down your track. Then power rails. You don't need a whole lot of power rails, but just enough to make sure the minecart keeps going. Then a torch to make sure that it is powered. Now then, hang on a second. Honestly, I usually use redstone blocks, but they're expensive and this is not creative mode. Okay, so now here you want to build a little canal. Now, you could also dig underground if you want it, but I find it slightly more irritating. Now, this bottom piece can be cobblestone or whatever you want, but the side trenches have to be dirt. Okay, once you got that... Oop, we went 1, 2... What the? Say hello to our first pillager of the world, a Vindicator. Unfortunately, an axe, not horrible. Now, pillagers do not come alone. So somewhere out here there should be the raid captain, if not a couple more. You just gotta be careful. Huh. Kinda strange, huh? Okay. As I was saying. So you want your bucket to run all the way up here and stop right there. Now, on the side of this, we need to build up the wall. Okay. With that, take your 16 pistons and place them down. You want 8 on each side. Now, as I said before, if you only want to do half of one, this is all you actually need for the sugarcane farm. But, by doing it this way, you double the effectiveness. It looks like I miscounted my pistons by 1. Huh. So we need 1 more piston. Okay. Oh wait, that's why I was off. I put a piston where I don't need one. The pistons should all be facing water. Now come over here. We need some more cobblestone. Okay, looks like I need to go get more cobblestone. Let's check our chicken farm, see if we got more food. As you can see, it's slowly producing an unlimited supply of food. And you know, I've been neglecting to do this for a bit, but I need to mark my entrance so that I can actually find it. Okay. We need to finish this path. So finish placing your rails around. And then take your minecart with hopper. And get it started. With this loop track, it should never stop. And that's what will collect our sugarcane. So now over here, we need a few more blocks. Leave this hole here because that way any sugarcane that falls into the water will get pushed down and go into the hopper. Now take your observers. Now again, technically you only need one observer, but that will give you the slowest rate. And if you wanted to, you could actually use up to 16 observers for the fastest rate. But as you can guess, that takes a lot of extra supplies. So I find 4 of them to be a nice number. And it's also very OCD satisfying. And I know this thing looks ugly. I will decorate it in a bit. Okay, so now on this side, there we go. Take your cobblestone and make a path around the outside. Try to clean up some of this excess for now. Okay. Take care of that excess blocks. Now take your redstone dust. I'm not sure I have enough on me. Go all the way around. The reason for this, because I'm just 2 dust short. The reason for this is now anytime any one of these 4 observers detects growth, every piston will fire. That way it'll break sugarcane that's not even if it's not fully grown. It's time once again for a fact of the night. Welcome, mighty warriors. Today we will learn about a classic weapon, the mace. A mace is a blunt weapon, a type of club that uses heavy head on the end of a handle to deliver powerful strikes. The mace was popular for close combat, especially during the medieval period. Early maces were made of stone and wood. Unfortunately, their stone heads shattered easily and were difficult to affix to a wooden handle. With the advent of copper, the heads provided a better fit and resistance. Maces are depicted as a weapon used by the Normans in the Bayeux Tapestry, which depicts the events leading up to the Battle of Hastings and the Norman conquest of England in 1066. Maces are also shown in the Morgan or Massachusetts Bible of the 13th century, which depicted France's scenery and customs. Starting in the 14th century, maces were the usual weapon of the cavalry, mercenary armies of northern Italy hired by the city-states throughout Europe. Armor and weapons for the cavalry centered in Milan, which remained separate from the papal rule. Some believe the clergy used the mace to avoid shedding blood in war by providing a loophole in which religious men could still fight. The only evidence for this is depicted in the Bishop Ode of Bayou in the Bayou Tapestry. Okay, so finish laying this. And now we need to find sugarcane. We shall hunt down some sugarcane for the farm. Let me see here. Sugarcane grows around waters, usually easy to find on a lake. Just like that. Collect a bit. That ought to be more than enough to get us started. So we will come down here. I should have some bones to get some bone meal. There we go. Okay. Ain't it nice to have a limitless supply of food? Now, I know in Java Edition, people like to build those cow farms that use entity cramming to kill the cows. That is great, very simple, very effective system. It does not work on Bedrock. You cannot use it on the Bedrock server because Bedrock does not have entity cramming. Oop, I made a mistake. On the upside, now we know that our system works. On the downside, I made a mistake and put the observers in the wrong spot. What we do, pop the observers off. Okay. And we move them up one. Okay, now that should fix the issue. Okay. So now back to what we were doing, which is growing more sugarcane. Now it's not working, huh? This is much easier to do in creative mode. What'd I forget? Oh, I forgot to put the redstone down, didn't I? Okay. So let's get the initial planting done. So what happens is every time any one of these 4 sugar canes in the corners grows up 3 high, which is the max height, it'll trigger the observer, which will trigger the pistons, which will break all the sugarcane except for the bottom row. Then the bottom row can grow back up again and repeat the process. Meanwhile, our minecart and chest down here are going to collect all of that sugarcane as it grows. So very simple system, very effective. Still need a couple more pieces though. There we go. Now the farm is fully set up. Now at this point there's actually going to be a lot of loss because sugarcane will actually fly out over your pistons, on your pistons and other things until we get it boxed in properly. But this is the basic setup and it will work and get a decent amount in an okay manner. Okay. Now if you wanted to, you can always make it bigger using more water or whatever you wanted to do with it. Let's see. Sun's going down. I'll catch you in the morning. Okay, so for our final quick build today, we are going to build an oak tree farm. For this you will need a inventory to hold stuff. Okay, you will need a dispenser, some glass, an observer, piston, building blocks, redstone torch, redstone repeaters, and of course redstone itself. Find the spot where you want to build. Let's do it over here. Okay? Then place your pistons up 4 high. Okay. Now take a temporary block there and put a cap there to prevent giant oaks from spawning. Go get your pickaxe because you were an idiot like me. Okay. You can destroy these temporary blocks now. You need to put another temporary block there. And there. Then put your observer facing the opposite direction. Let's take a nap and try again tomorrow, shall we? Alright then. So yeah, observer facing that way. Put your dispenser right there facing the pistons, but off to the side by 1. And I almost forgot a lever. You need a lever to turn the thing off so that it doesn't drive you crazy. And trust me, it will drive you crazy if you leave it on. Okay. Make sure you destroy that. I think I need to put that block one higher. Yes, I do. Okay, so that needs to be 6 high. Okay. Put your lever on top. And now we are going to make ourselves a redstone torch burnout clock. And to make it shut up, we just flip the switch. Okay. Now we just need to wire up the power supply. Now, use glass blocks here, because if you use a solid block, it'll cut the power and won't work right. Or I may be thinking of something else, I don't know. This is just how I always build my redstone towers. Okay. I'll put one repeater going out. You gotta be careful about that. So we will go this way instead. It doesn't really matter. I feel like I'm doing something wrong, actually. Okay, so with that, okay, I'm not sure if this is going to work, because just something does not seem right to me, but I'll show you the basics. And again, I'll give you much more detailed tutorials when I do the Tuesday tutorial for all this. But for now, all you'll need is some oak saplings and bone meal. I need a lot more bone meal to really make this useful, but I don't quite have a good source of bone meal yet. I know I can build an automatic bone meal farm, but that's usually not worth it. It's better to find a skeleton spawner. So to use this, simply put bone meal in your dispenser, turn the dispenser on, then just stand over here and hold down your plant button. Okay, already out of bone meal, so I'm not going to be able to go any farther than that. Well, thanks for watching that episode. It was actually meant to be the other half of the how not to build a chicken cooker episode, which, by the way, our chicken cooker's cooking just fine. But yeah, so thanks for watching. Hey, did you hear they invented a new automatic pen for clowns? The jokes just write themselves. But tis. Thank you all for watching, and keep on rocking Knights of the Bedrock. Hey guys, one more thing before I go. Please remember to leave me a like and subscribe. I'd like to grow my channel and be able to do more videos more often. And also, if you're interested in talking with me, or a community for me, you please join the Gamers Video Network on Discord. There is a link in the description, and don't forget to check out my partners' channels, also linked in the description. Thank you all.